Coming to America is an American romantic comedy film directed by John Landis, which tells the story of a prince, Prince Akeem, from the fictional African country Zamunda. He travels to America, the United States, with his humble friend Semi, to find a potential princess he can marry and bring back home to the kingdom. On their journey through America, they settle in Queens, New York, and after exploring the local area, they begin working at the local fast food restaurant, McDowell's. At first, they start making friends at the local barbershop and even attend a church service. Prince Akeem sees his love interest, Lisa, for the first time, and while working at McDowell's restaurant, they start to get to know each other. There are some relationship complications, such as with Lisa, her sister Patrice, and Lisa's other love interest, Daryl. With similar family relationships, Prince Akeem and Lisa don't want to be forced to marry someone they don't love. And after overcoming obstacles such as finding out whether they truly love each other for the person they are, they connect and continue their life together. In Coming to America, we see into the life of a fictional African prince who dreams of living the American dream and finding a suitable wife who likes him for him and not his notable royal status. He lives a relaxing and comfortable life in Zamunda on a vast and wonderful kingdom estate, with his mother, Queen Leon, and his father, King Joffrey. There are many servants in his life. In fact, there are even servants there when he's bathing or someone there to brush his teeth. And he longs to be able to do things for himself, including, for example, tie his own shoes. Prince Akeem was initially set up to be married to a potential princess in the kingdom, but after the celebratory moment, once he had spoken to her, he finds that she is mostly ready to like and do anything he likes, rather than have her own personality, much to his dismay. Once and almost instantly after establishing himself in America, he finds and meets local church speaker and colleague Lisa, to where he later finds out that she too doesn't want to be forced into marriage, with the example of her potential partner Daryl, who is seemingly always trying to make decisions for her, with her often being left out of the process. In both of their lives, it's often their fathers who seem to be making a lot of these relationship decisions for them, even if they're somewhat in the background occasionally, and sometimes misreading some of the situations. In this story, we get a look at experiencing America through the eyes of an African prince, from wearing local clothes to at first noticing the Soul Glow hair products that's being advertised on the street, to feeling like this is the right time for a hairstyle change to suit this new life. After meeting a number of women he didn't find suitable at a local night spot, Akeem continues his quest to find his ideal match. They get invited to the local church service on an understanding of potentially where he could meet a nice girl. This is where he sees Lisa, and which inspires him to work closer to her. While working at McDowell's, he's learning to live as a local, using a mop for the first time, cleaning areas, working in a team, and even helping out at McDowell's family home function. In the story of Coming to America, there is some contrasting with cultures and personalities in these diverse worlds. With regards to Akeem, the prince, his love interest, Lisa, and her potential life partner, Daryl. Daryl's being mentioned as being able to buy Lisa anything she wants, though he lives off his father's invention. But that, unfortunately, Lisa is out of reach for him with regards to his current situation and status as a non-prince to the locals. Akeem contrasts himself to Daryl and sends Lisa some expensive jewelry. At the church service, Daryl doesn't put anything into the offering tray, while Akeem gets Semi to put in a whole wad of cash. This was mostly at the request of Lisa, who was speaking at the church service, encouraging members to give generously. Akeem, feeling mesmerized, tries his best to give what he can. When Lisa questions Daryl whether it was him who put in the large sum of money, he lies and implies that it was him. At the McDowell's gathering party, Daryl is giving his thoughts to Akeem on how to be with women, that they want a man to take control and tell them what to do. Shortly before, it's announced that he's engaged to Lisa, even though she has no idea about it. In looking into the bonds and relationships, with Akeem's relationship to Lisa, she enjoys speaking to him, although he at first is dating her sister Patrice. But as Lisa gets to know Akeem more and they spend a night out together, including some dancing, they find that they have much in common and look at being together. In his royal life, Akeem is constantly instructing his friend and servant Semi that he wants to appear poor, including in their shared apartment, which Semi turns into a modern and expensive living area to Akim's dismay. But for when Akim brings over Lisa, he can't bring her in because he wanted her to think he was poor, which he is unable to do. After their money is running low, Semi sends a message to the kingdom to get more funds. This ultimately leads the king and much of the kingdom to come to America also and find out what's going on. The king, King Jaffe, Akim's dad, is under the impression that Akim came to America to sow his royal oats. However, he comes to find out that Akim is in love with Lisa and they plan to marry. There are also contrasts with various similarities and differences throughout the story. This includes the comparison of the fast food chains, McDonald's and McDowell's. Their products are almost identical, with the example of McDonald's having the Big Mac and McDowell's having the Big Mick. With these similar ambitious establishments, there appears to be a big drive for either money or an American type of dream, as the story goes. Yet a lot of these dreams are often causing many problems for the characters involved, such as Daryl becoming somewhat of a self-involved person who appears to care more about his appearance, with the example of how he loves his hair product and hair, and not wanting to help out when the restaurant was at risk of being robbed. Or even with the character of Lisa, Patrice, Lisa's sister, who initially leaves Akim for Semi when she is under the impression that he is the prince and not Akim. She later finds out that Akim is the prince, to which she cries out in frustration, "Why does she always get the good ones?" Appearances and impressions seem to dictate these two characters' decisions, which leads them to seemingly spend more time with each other after their other relationships change. At the barbershop, we get to hear the conversations of the older men in the community and their feelings about Muhammad Ali, on whether it was right for him to change his name, or even who was the best boxer out competing over the years, such as Sugar Ray Leonard, Joe Louis, and Rocky Marciano. With the example of the discussion on Muhammad Ali, we get a bit of a look into how characters of members of a seemingly Christian or Jewish community or setting, for example, feel about a man who, based on his new faith as a Muslim, has changed his name from his previous one, Cassius Clay. This story also seems to somewhat relate to Akim, who is in a way leaving his previous life in Zamunda to start a new and changed life that's closer to the new world of America. In coming to America, we get to see into the life of someone exploring America while enjoying a life of traditional values such as listening closely to their elders and being family oriented. It's a story of an individual finding a sense of self and finding love with the right companion in a spiritual and ever-changing world. Thanks for watching.